Welcome again to my corner of the internet. This today is a bit unusual. I played Strange Jigsaws some days ago. I tried to record myself playing, but I really messed up. I messed up the audio, I messed up the video. Basically, I didn't have anything usable at the end. So, I've decided to play through it again. This is not a blind playthrough now. I have finished the game. I will know exactly what to do on every screen. I think I will remember, yeah, it's not that long. But it's a very nice game. I felt it was a pity losing that footage. So yeah, it's not that I'm extremely clever here. I just have played this video recently. Let me know in the comments if you think this was a good idea or if there was no point in playing again through a game. So this is a Strange Jigsaws, a game by Fleb. In the description you will see links to the Steam page for the game and for the web page for Fleb in general. It's quite a recent game, I think just some months ago, maybe some weeks ago. It's a nice, kind of almost cozy game about unusual jigsaws, as you could imagine by the name. And well, I guess there's no point in saying anything more, let's go into it. You can see I finished a game in the first slot, so let's start. Can I delete? Yeah, I delete that one. I'll start again. So you can left click and hold on a piece to drag it. You can right click to rotate it, or you can rotate it in place and then pick it up. And that's it. Got it. Solve jigsaws. Find the golden pieces. Open the door. That's our objective. That's the door. We need 3 golden pieces. And these are our initial Strange Jigsaws. I'm gonna start with this one. In this case, you need to alternate the polarity, positive, negative. That will turn on the magnet, which drops these heavy pieces of another jigsaw. Very heavy pieces. And you can get them together and form an anvil, a heavy anvil. And with the anvil, you can break that crystal. Now, this puzzle is on fire. This is ice, this is a flame. Put out all flames with ice. You get 3 pieces of ice here. That is soon very clear. That's not enough. You cannot cover all of the fire with these 3 pieces. And in fact, what you need to do is bring this one. And you also need to put out this flame in the description there. Now the puzzle is no longer on fire. Thank you. And we get a button towards a golden piece. Now we are inside of a cube. There is our heavy anvil ended up here, is blocking something. There is a lower pulley screw here, and we can look to the left, we can look to the right. In here we can pick up a screwdriver and immediately use it to lower the pulley. We cannot do anything with that yet. We can also open this, turn on the power, and we get another puzzle. This one, the pieces need to go in the right order and in the right orientation. For example, those two don't fit. You can only place a piece so that it so that the little screw is in one of the holes. So if you do it like this, and that, and that, and this should be on top, 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 top. There you go. You also get the rope. Now, with the rope, you can do this puzzle and this puzzle. You cannot move the pieces. You have to connect them using the rope so that the sides that would be together if we were able to move the pieces are connected with a rope. So this one will connect to this one. This one will connect to that, which means that this should connect to that. And the only thing, the only way of doing this is just with the spatial imagination. How do these fit together? And there's also, we cannot go up, we cannot go down, but we can do this one. First, with the rope, we can put it in the pulley. And now we need something like this heavier anvil that we have unblocked. If we put the heavier anvil on the other side of the pulley, that's it. Now we can break the world. When we break the world, we make it into a puzzle. And we can then reconstruct it like this. And we can use the arrows to go to the ceiling. The ceiling is also broken. That is wrong. You see, even having played this, easy to make mistakes. This is the ceiling. That's pointless. So you can break this again, and this time you point downwards. This gives you a lock in here. If you look at the letters to the side, you have an N, an R, a T, and a U, and you can get those together. To form the word turn, which gives you a key. You can also go down. This is the floor, and the floor you need to form this way up, which unlocks another small puzzle. But in fact, this one, you just need to click, kill all of the jigsaw pieces, and that's it. That's a nice break. Finally, we need to once again go to the ceiling. Keep. Yeah. We need this to be now in the right position. And now we can use the key to open, and we get our first golden piece. By the way, I've just spent a bit of effort trying to clean up my audio setup. I really hope my voice is being recorded better than until now. I'm looking at my control dock. It seems some things may still be a bit iffy. Sometimes my voice may be too high. Let me do a quick, very quick, very quick change to try and limit that a bit. I think like this is probably better. It seems like now I am not peaking anymore. Yeah, I think that's fair. That's better. So now we have this round puzzle where it's very easy to just form this, and the suspicious intentionally left blank space puzzle arrives from the future. What? That's the past. We have to put in a number for a circle, a number for a square, a number for a star, but not any numbers. To find out which numbers, we need to get these two pieces together and form the three different shapes. You can only form them in one way. Here the square is a 9, the circle is not that, the circle is 7, the square is a 9, and the star is a 3. That block unlocks the past, and we get the timeless power piece. I'm going to take these ones out of the middle. And now this is telling us that we can use W and S keys to zoom in. So zoom in. Level 1. Battery. Pleb is not responsible for circular logic, space-time paradoxes, or other recursive contradictions resulting from use of this battery across scales. So that's a clue that we need to use the battery across scales. If we put the piece in here, this still doesn't look right. We can zoom in and we get to level 2 time machine. And we can rebuild the time machine, which corresponds to the puzzle we received from the video. Time machine needs batteries. So let's put the battery storage here and zoom in. The gate needs to be in the center and right side up. How do we control that? Zoom out and we rotate the piece. Like this. You get in the center, right side up, and now you have to find a 4-leaf clover. I think it was around the bottom left. But I don't know if it's always in the same. Yeah, here it is. You use that, you zoom, and you get a very big piece that is blocking what this says. But you can have read. Some pieces can scale, something. All you need to do is click and hold while pressing, and it will shrink. Okay, so let's try that. I'm gonna click in the piece, hold it, and then zoom out. That did nothing. I'm gonna click and zoom in. That's it. And now we're gonna keep going. No, what I need to do is I need to pick this and take it out, until we get timeless power from this bit of circular logic. And we get a second golden piece. Only one to go. Now for this one, you can see that you need to connect the socket with the square with the circle with the star with the lightning bolt. Easy enough to do. Square with the socket, square to the circle to the star to the lightning bolt. That turns on this computer. In here, we need to solve another set of jigsaws. Impossible lock. We need to rebuild the key, but you cannot do it. You cannot move the pieces. You get this helpful puzzle support from Flap himself. He says he's gonna work on a fix, that we probably can still solve the puzzle. And if you imagine this grid going on top of this grid, the first letter would be an S, because it would fit into this window. Next one would be a T. Next one would be a U. Then C. Finally K for stuck. And we are getting a fixed version of the puzzle. Here it is. Final version. You can now rotate, but you can still not move it. You cannot really connect it. But at least we can overlap. No, we cannot overlap. No, that's not supposed to happen. He was gonna work on a fix. He thinks we can still solve the puzzle. And again, if you imagine this going on top of the grid, then the first one would be an F. Where are you going? Come back. The second one would be the O, then R, then C, and then E. Of course. And now we're gonna get a real fixed version of the puzzle in this final version of it. Oh, we are missing the overlap. We also still cannot really do anything in a helpful way. If you put this part here, you will unlock the bottom part, and then you have to imagine these key parts going on top and linking one to another with these kind of small teeth. This would be the first one because it hasn't any teeth or slots to the left, so that would be the M. The second one has to be this, that has a slot at the bottom, and it will be 1, 2, 3, it will be the E. Then, following that logic, you get the R, this one, the G for that one, and finally E for merge. And we have satisfied the system requirement. Now, Jigsaw Mountain. We have one of these kids puzzles with a lot of colors, but we have lost several pieces. So we need to use the pieces we have from other puzzles to fill in those spaces, and then we will paint them so that they fit. For example, this rainbow, you put it like here, like this, and you paint a nice pink sky color, and then the three inner ones you paint yellow, then that's the sun. For this one, you can place it upside down, and then these two form a meadow or a hill, and another one. Now, this one can be part of the mountain. This part of the mountain is darker than this one, and these two small dots should be Snow White. And finally, we have this red background. Lastly, this car, painted correctly, can become a cloud. But you need to transform the wheels in part of the background, like this. And that should be it. But it is not. I am missing something. Oh, yes. In the middle, this part should be darker. Close enough. That's good. Hamburger Maestro. A discerning customer wants the patty above the tomato, the lettuce above the tomato, and the tomato next to the patty. So patty above the tomato. Tomato next to the patty, lettuce above the tomato. And that's it. We have to solve 3 levels of Hamburger Maestro. The second one is a very discerning customer. The patty has to go above the cheese. The cheese needs to be next to the lettuce. The lettuce needs to be next to the tomato, and the patty needs to be next to the tomato. So the tomato has to be in between the patty and the lettuce. Tomato, patty, and lettuce. But we know that the cheese needs to be below the patty and next to the lettuce. So if we make a bit more space, like that. And now the third and final level for Hamburger Maestro. A very, 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 very discerning customer. There's a lot of rules. So bacon cannot be next to the tomato or to the patty or to the bread. And the cheese needs to be above the bacon. The tomato needs to be next to the cheese. Small pause there. So what was I doing? Hamburger Maestro, yes. Very, 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 very discerning customer. Tomato next to the cheese. The onion needs to be above the cheese. Patty cannot be next to the lettuce or next to the bacon, but it has to be above the tomatoes. I'm gonna put the patty here. Now, the lettuce needs to be next to the pineapple. I'm gonna put that around here. And then it's a matter of adjusting. Bacon cannot be next to the bread, that's correct. Bacon cannot be next to the patty, that's correct. Patty cannot be next to the lettuce, that's correct. Bacon cannot be next to the tomato, that's correct. Cheese above the bacon, correct. Tomato above the patty, that's not correct. But we have said that the tomato needs to be next to the cheese. The patty cannot be next to the bacon. And also, bacon cannot be next to the bread. So that's not gonna work. Cheese above that, above that. What should we do here? It shouldn't be like that. These two need to be one next to another. So we need something below. We need something below. What about this? What is wrong here? Patty is below the tomato. The patty is not next to the, no, it is next to the lettuce. There it is. Hamburger Maestro solved. Now, quick challenge. Captcha challenge. Where does this go? Does it go here? Yes. Easy. Next level. Where does this one go? It doesn't actually fit here. That's because it fits there. Now, what can we do here? We can rotate, 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 rotate. There. Now, where does this 4 go? You can look for it. You can look for it until you realize it's missing from here. This really reminds me of some of the impossible quiz kind of things that were online, I don't know, a decade, 2 decades ago. Oh. Next one. There. Level 5. Now in this one you can see several cranberries. Yes, I think this is a cranberry. Blueberries, no, these are blueberries. This one goes here. This space intentionally left blank, but we do get this piece here, which goes in the icon there. And that is Cap Challenge done. Finally, red, yellow, blue. Now this one surprised me. You have to put the pieces so they fit the rules. All clues must be satisfied. I was convinced, totally convinced, that you would need to put some pieces on these rules so that the example of a clue that is not satisfied is actually satisfied. But in fact you don't. You just need to solve the puzzle. It's straightforward. This one has to go in the middle, so this one has to be red. Yellow has to go here to make sense, so that's the first level. In here, this one cannot go here, or it would be pointing out, so it goes here or here. That means that this needs to be red. Now, this blue-yellow needs to go here, is the only other option. And that breaks, so it actually has to be like this. Once you have this, this yellow has to point to the other yellow, and the only one missing is red. In here, we have blue, a blue, and a red. And finally, there is only one red piece, and we have one blue that points down to a red, and one blue that points up to a red. So the red has to go in the middle, and these two have to go in either side. Now, we have a blue that points down to a yellow that points left to a blue, and a yellow that points down to a blue. The yellow that points left has to come to one of these two. The only option is this one. That means that the other yellow that points down has to go here. So that means that this is the solution. And the final puzzle. We have 3 square pieces. This one has to be here to be correct. Now, of the yellow ones, this can only go in the center. And this one will go in several places. Now, the blue has to go here to be correct. And the last, let's say, upward triangle here cannot be this one, so it has to be one of the red ones. This one would point out, so it has to be this one. which means that the red, which is downwards, has to go here. Now we need a red either there or there. We need this blue to point to that red, so it will be here. Now this has to point to a yellow. The yellow needs to point to a blue, and the blue needs to point to another blue, so that doesn't work. Now if we have this here, that works much better. We have solved all of the puzzles, so we can now go into the Strange Jigsaws Windows utility. Now, this is probably one of the most interesting puzzles in the game. You see the settings menu, the main menu, and the save menu. You are here. And this will affect the menus of the game. So, you press this button, you go up to the settings menu. If I do it, I'm in settings. Now I can go back to game and go down, or I can go right and down back to the main menu. Main menu, I can go venture into the unknown, which is 3 right. There is nothing there. So what we need is to reach the golden piece. So how do we do it? We move things around. If we go from that button to the save menu, then we can click the first option, which will move us one right, one up. From here we can go the 3 right option, which will get us to this. And in here, right and down. That should work. Menus. Settings. Actually save file. Right, back to main menu. Actually it takes us here, venture into the unknown. And finally back to main menu. Golden piece. We now have the 3 golden pieces, so we can open the door to the jigsaw verse. Inside the jigsaw verse there are 3 different, not 3, there are 4 different sections. Let's start with Strange Jigsaws 1981. Here we have to solve 4 different puzzles. Jigsaw pieces, the latest in jigsaw technology, Strange Jigsaws 2025. And finally, once we have solved those 3, we can solve the million-piece jigsaw puzzle. Let's start with Deca pieces, puzzle 1. In front of you, there are 2 pieces. Piece A has 10 tabs sticking out. Piece B has 10 holes. Both tabs and holes are numbered and have something written next to them. You have to put the 2 pieces together somehow. If we look at the pieces, we can start connecting, and this is just a matter of finding which rules make sense. For example, number 7, jig, connects with number 6, saw, because together they form jigsaw. Similarly, number 5, jig path, connects with number 8, saw, because it's half of the words jigsaw and puzzle. Oh, I selected the wrong ones. Because connects to south. Now, Jazz in Gardens seems awfully wonderful if you take the first letter, that's jigsaw too. KJH, if you go 1 letter down, that's JIG. So if jigsaw move to the next letter, that will connect with TVX. Dance could be a jig, and so could be a handle. JPIUGZ is the beginning of jigsaw and puzzle intercalated. So J-I-G-P-U-Z. So where does that continue? It continues in 10. S-Z-A-L-W-E. U-Z-Pay. Let's say that's a big Latin, right? You pay, let's say. So you pay, let's say. If you remove the A at the end and move the last letter, it still forms puzzle. 8 and 1, if you read them backwards, is P-U-Z, the puzzle. Missed, if I, it's just a synonym of puzzle. Finally, J-A-I-S-W is an anagram of puzzle. Splendid. Now, the latest in jigsaw technology. In here, we can control these complex graphics of a jigsaw until they fit. I'm going to move the A left, C right, B left. I don't remember at all how I did this, so I'm just improvising. Last time it worked, so hopefully it will be the same now. B right, C down, B left, B down, B right, A up. Now you have the A. You can place the C. You can take the B out of the way. Place the D, and now B is easy to connect. Now, Strange Jigsaws 2025. This is Fleb in 1981 trying to imagine how Strange Jigsaws would look in 2025. And it is basically this text blender. At the top there is a title, Strange Jigsaws. Underneath the title are 3 buttons with directional arrows on them, which indicate the directions you will move. Which button will you press? Let's go to play. On a plain white background there is the title Save Files. There are 3 rectangles with curved corners, one of which contains 3 golden jigsaws. There are 2 buttons in front of you. Which button will you press? Continue. On a plain white background there are 3 golden jigsaw pieces inset on a red door. The door is glowing golden around the edges and is labeled Door to the Jigsawverse. The door is shut tight. There is also a button with an up arrow next to it in the upper right hand corner. Look at door. At the top of the door there is a smooth edge with markings underneath. They read, to open, enter the path from the void to the door. So we actually need to find the void, write down the path to get to this door again, and that's the answer. So if I go back to the main menu, you get to the void going to venture into the unknown. In the background, chaos wheels and charms in the void. This is a raw jigsaw essence waiting to be formed into worlds and puzzles. There is one button in front of you. Which button will you press? Go back. So the beginning of the solution is left, left, left. Now, play, down, left, 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 down, left. Continue, up, left, 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 down, left, up. Left, 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 down, left. You go through the door. You are shocked to see the fractured and broken jigsaw stretching out before you. How could it ever be repaired? The mere sight of it overwhelms you, and you fade into pure jigsaw essence. This puzzle is solved. Now we have unlocked the million-piece jigsaw puzzle. And this, well, you need to place 1 million This is in a puzzle, and you decide to solve it in public so everyone can see. Every time you click this button, you place a piece. How long can it take? As your skill at placing pieces improves, you can zone out and place pieces automatically. Upgrade puzzle skill. You get some clicks for free. So this reminds you obviously immediately of a cookie clicker kind of game. You can keep going, you can keep going. People are starting to notice that the puzzle is coming together. A few people are watching. This is the nice music. Some people want to help. Helpers push even further the automatic piece placing. More people have gathered and are talking about you. Now you have a lot of viewers. They are calling you a rising star in the Jigsaw puzzle world. But we are only 2,000 out of a million. A sponsor wants you to solve the jigsaws. You can use the resources to get extra pieces placed. Again, that moves even faster than numbers. You are getting attention. It's a lot of pressure. It would be nice to take a break from solving jigsaws. You welcome your first child. She's beautiful. You get your first hate mail. It's taking more and more time to keep up with the demands of the jigsaw solving. Someone has recognized you on the street as a jigsaw solver. We are up to 50,000. You try your best to solve as quickly as possible. You need to work harder. Just work harder. More. Solving jigsaw puzzles doesn't make a whole lot of money. Between your daughter working full-time and the jigsaw, there is no time left. Don't complain, don't say it's too much, get it done. Almost 500,000 now. You're there right now. You get out, just get out of your head and make something, anything. Don't complain, don't say it's too much, get it done. You quit. A year passes. People are asking why the puzzle isn't solved yet. You don't know what to tell them. Another year passes. You've almost stopped working on the jigsaw. More years pass. Every now and then, you put some pieces in the puzzle. It's great to be doing puzzles again. It's been over 5 years since you stopped solving the jigsaw. You no longer get angry thinking about it. It's been enough time. You can do it now. You can finish what you started. But this time, it won't be for someone else. It will be for yourself. And the million-piece puzzle must be solved. You finished the puzzle. Good job. When you press quit, this world will disappear. May the sacrifice of our world help save the Jigsawers. And I blocked something, but you cannot do anything there just yet. Next one. My 7-year-old daughter drew this picture and I designed some puzzles based on it. There is a series of puzzles here. I'm going to start with shark. The shark had a colorful jigsaw that got hungry, and you recreate the jigsaw. So you have several pieces that are incomplete. But it's not too hard. You start with the corner pieces. Now, this one could go here. This one could go middle because it has nothing. In fact, this seems to need to go there. I think this one has to go. This one has to go. What's going on? This one has to go here. This one has to go here. I started very badly this time. Now, this could go there. This one. Go here, here. This one could go here, and this one could go here. Oh, we're missing one. This one here, and this here. That's it. Thanks for the help. Hidden boss, volcano. Lava is not perfect. It must be perfect. That's the hidden boss. But what are the settings of the lava control panel? If you check settings, they don't work. You need to use these fragments, look at the background and recreate things. This kind of works with the up there. This needs to follow that, and this needs to follow that. So this one has to go there to correspond to this. This needs to go here, and this one goes to go here. That's the first setting. Now, we need to rebuild all of this. And we need to rebuild these ones too. Now, these ones correspond to these three. So this has to go up because this one is tall. This is short, so goes down. This is tall, so goes up. Finally, the lava has 5 columns, which correspond to the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 settings. The second column, second row. First column, first row. The third column, first row. And fifth column, fifth row. And now if we check the settings, the lava is perfect. Now the whirlpool. Just relax. I did part of the puzzle for you. And there is no secret here. You just need to put the pieces in place. Initially I thought you had to rotate them using the whirlpool or something. But no, it's just getting right pieces in place. Like that, and like that. Nice job relaxing. Now we have the giant crab. The giant crab wants treasure, but which pieces make the treasure? Now you have a lot of left and right sides of the same picture. But looking carefully at each of them, there are subtle, or not so subtle differences. This one, for starters, doesn't have a crab, so that's not the one. Also, All the others are potential valid. On the right side, this one is much smaller, so it's not that one. Also, this one, the house, is missing the front window, so it's not that one. And now, 3 and 3. 3 and 4. Now, the crab in this one is too low. And the crab in this one is too high. You see, it will not connect correctly with any of the others because it's too high. Obviously, at this point, you will just brute force this. Not particularly difficult to do. Let's see if I can remember what other elements were clues. In here, the house is at the level of the water, and none of the others do that, so it's not that one. It's the matter of, is this one? No. This one? No. So this one is that one. Blue Temple. Now, this is one of the real main reasons I wanted to replay this game. I finished this one without understanding why. The Blue Temple is extremely blue. First thing you do is just clicking around. You see that hand, it blocks a piece. Under the piece, it tells you a bit to the bottom and at the bottom right there is an X. If you click around here, randomly you get another piece. X marks the spot. You have an X in the title, and yes, that's another piece. And you get this, which is a metal detector. You follow it. It's crazy around here. And there's another piece. Now, what you have to do is get these pieces together. And they form an arrow. Then, that's what I missed. Then you can realize that the paper cut matches the paper cut here. So if you follow the arrow, that's it, the win button. It was there all along. At this point, we have unlocked the turtles, which is the last puzzle in this section. Oh no, the goblin is attacking the turtles. Quick, make a shield. You need to use these 4 pieces in the center to create different combinations and items. There you have it, the shield. The goblin is surprised by our defense. Draw your sword. So now you need to create a sword. It is the sword. They are sad now. Let's cheer them by making cookies. Cookies are here. With cookies with chips, I think. Well, now they're feeling better. Might as well make conversation. A speech bubble. How did we make that? Like that. Speech bubble. That is not correct. I thought it would be that. There it is. That's the speech bubble. After talking, you find you have a lot in common. Why not make believe with them? Now, this is thing. Why not make believe? What is make believe? Well, we do have something that looks like a bee and an exit. In fact, make believe just means make B live. They've fallen in intense platonic love. Let's make a heart to show them we care. Now for the heart, I think this was part of the heart. And then there was another part around here with the shield. Yes. We made a great friend today. It's too bad the universe is about to end. Will we ever see them again? Something tells me we will. Now, Jigsaws on tape. A lot of play buttons.
Strange jigsaws.
Let's start with this one.
Okay, is this on? Going from left to right, the order of the pieces is triangle, square, plus star, and then circle. Wait, that's wrong, sorry. Only one of those is in the right place. Sorry, that was an old version of this puzzle. Square needs to swap positions with another piece. It ends. Does not end. It does not end with the square. But the triangle goes in the third place. Hope that's clear.
So we know one of these is in the right place. We know the square needs to change places with another piece, and the square doesn't go at the end, and the triangle goes in the third place. Now that means that the triangle goes on the third place. The square cannot go into the first because it cannot change places with the triangle because it goes on the third. It cannot go in the third because it's not able to change places with the plus because that's what the triangle is taken. And it's not at the end, so it has to go the fourth. That means that the star is the second because it does change places with the square. Now, the only one that is still in position is the circle, so that must be the correct one, so the plus must be at the beginning.
You solved the puzzle.
Now, let's try this one.
Up, up, right, down, left.
Each of these
Right, left,
gives
up,
you
up.
some directions. Now, if you trace mentally those directions onto this kind of digital display, they form a letter.
Up, up, right, down, left.
That's a P.
Right, left, up, up.
That's an L.
Up, up, right, down, left, right, down.
That's an A.
Right, up, up, down, left, up.
And that's a Y. Total play, which makes sense with all these play buttons.
You solved the puzzle.
And now we can take this one, but it falls short. So we place it here.
In this puzzle, you
Let's allow the ball to continue.
In this puzzle, you need to create a single path.
This one also continues.
In this puzzle, you need to create a single path that goes from the start to the end.
That's done it. Why it didn't work? Will it be related to these ones? There's another one here, there's another one there. Let's say this goes here. Let's say this goes there, and that goes there.
In this puzzle, you need to create a single path that goes from the start to the end. It must go through all possible paths. There are two solutions. Either one works.
Well,
You
that was
solved the puzzle.
one of the solutions. And we are left with this. 4 play buttons and a big one.
Strange jigsaws. Red. Jig. Twin.
So you really, every small one has 3 different sounds. You just need to form
Strange jigsaws.
those 2 words with this.
jig, j, small, blue, j, yellow, strain, low, saws, strain, j, jig, saws. You solved the meta puzzle. So, I guess that's it for us, huh? Well, hope you are well. And, I'll see you around, maybe.
And finally, hello, I am Flab. Life has been tough lately. But we can't let that get us down. Let's make a puzzle. Goodness, these sure are some strange jigsaws. Let's use them to make a puzzle. This puzzle is super haunted. I did most of the work to make the piece, but some of the pieces flew away. You will have to catch the pieces with the frame. So, just need to place things in the right place. You can go here, and there's only one more. There. Thanks for catching all the ghost pieces. I'm bound to this jigsaw, but feel free to leave now. I'm not lonely, I have my canvas. The piece floated over to Fleb after we finished it. He has it. Next one. We are not a jigsaw, we're actually 3 circular saws in a trench coat. We need this job? Please don't tell the boss. You can figure out where the circles go, we can cut them out. We need to put all these 3 pieces in here without touching them, another piece side, and without getting a hole over one of the eggs. Then you may think this is a trick one, but it's not. You just need to find the right solution, which is this one. Yep, that's it. Oof, that's a relief. Once it's done, we'll give the piece to Fleb. You don't have to stick around here, the others might need your help too. Thanks for helping us keep our jobs. We gave the piece to Fleb. Final one. I love words. I got too excited while cutting out the piece and made too many cuts. Can you reassemble the grid? It makes an English phrase that describes what Fleb is doing here. I'll just keep reading. I did cut it out, so my job is done. So literally, you just need to fit things until they work. You do it like that, you get operating the... like this. Yeah, that's right. Fleb is operating the puzzle company. I probably should have remembered that. Well, all is well that ends well. They've got the piece, so I'm out of trouble. Okay, the puzzle is ready to assemble. Let's see what you can do. We need to take jigsaws into another dimension. Assemble the 3 pieces and you'll find what I have been waiting to tell you. We put that here, and we put this on top, and then we get that here, and you follow the arrows. You have happy puzzling. Yeah. Happy puzzling. That's right, happy puzzling. That's our goal, even in these dark times, to make people happy through puzzling. Our world is ending now, but I have no regrets. I did what I was put here to do. We might be able to prevent the end if we could just reach the final jigsaw. And we have this 3-piece screen. This is merely a projection of the main menu. It is but an illusion. It is not real. Do not be fooled. Urgent message from Fleb. The initial distortion at the core of the Jigsawverse threatens to destroy all creation. We are almost out of time. Find a way to get more time. I worry that the Jigsaws cannot be saved. What will we do? Now, these buttons move some lasers. And we need to refract these lasers to enable time travel. And here now we can see Strange Jigsaws, a prototype, and Strange Jigsaws 2. Let's start with the prototype, and this is time traveling. We're traveling to the past. Strange Jigsaws. Which piece is missing? From here, we are missing the G to form Jigsaw. So okay. Here, if you count, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But only 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 holes for 7. I forgot the name, which is funny. So that should be D. Because this one adds 3 holes more. Now, time paradox. What goes in here? I've done this out of order. Because you know this when you solve the Jigsaws 2, the Strange Jigsaws 2 puzzles. And I know is A, C, D. 1 golden piece. This is a prototype of my next game called Strange Jigsaws. The idea is to go through different universes, solve their puzzles, and open the door to the Jigsawverse. Solve the puzzles, find the golden pieces, and open the door. You'll need this piece at the end of the game. When are we going? And there is another clue to the left. Unusual padlock is to the left. Map of the prototype. You are here. This is the main menu. This is the quiz. This is the door. This is another puzzle. We cannot really do this yet. We know that the unused answer letter was B. Third letter, second word. Second word is Jigsaws, third letter is G. That goes in the middle, which is this one. And this one is pointing to the right. If you go back below the door, the right is the E. That's the one below, that's that. Now we are missing 20 small mazes cloud and no clue for this one yet. 20 small mazes. We just need solve the maze. So rotate. Now I need to remember. This is a big one, so it's not going to fit in many places. This is just trial and error. I don't remember at all what the solution was, if you can imagine. So, yeah, this is working now. That bit is correct. This one is also correct. That. Probably that. And that. Not sure why it's called 20 small mazes, but the clue says 20 small mazes cloud. If we go back to it, there's a cloud here. Remove it. Blue is an eye. Sorry, wrong place. That's to the right, which is this one. We don't have a clue for unusual padlock. However, big E seems to point to begin. Yes, it's time. But we don't need that piece at all. We now have half of a golden icon. The other half we're gonna find in the future in Strange Jigsaws 2. You remember, at the end of Strange Jigsaws, you caused redacted, help redacted, helped redacted. However, this caused redacted. Now, redacted, the Jigsawverse is redacted. A brand new life form has emerged, Flebby, and now you know why I knew that this was the solution in the prototype. Flebby is the new mascot of Fleb. Help Flebby solve puzzles and love life. I hope you like it. Be sure to send me your feedback in the next 2 weeks. I have 3 more puzzles. An interesting dungeon. Flebby wants to pick up all the pieces of the jigsaw, but when a piece is picked up, it blocks the path. So if you pick this piece, it blocks this one. Use the arrows. So you just need to do it in a way that won't block yourself later. So B, I think I remember. C. Now we can pick A. We don't need that part anymore. And we can pick H. Now we can pick F. We don't care about it. We go back here and we pick I. And now pick D, G, and E. One done. Second one.
Choose something to learn.
Need to learn. Presented by Flebby.
Manufacturing. History. Glossary. Not available until you learn. History. Are you learning?
Did you know the first jigsaw was created by John Spilsbury around 1760 as a puzzle to teach geography? The puzzle was cut out of a map so you could assemble the countries and learn where they went. This is what it looked like.
Not manufacturing.
Did you know?
Make sure that you learn.
Originally, jigsaws were made of wood, but most jigsaws you'll find today are made of paperboard. It's cheaper to make that way.
Not available in glossary. Let us learn together.
This is why I said that it was not great that I couldn't remember the names of the pieces of a piece, because this rounded tab is called an interjump. The indentation is called a blank.
Are you ready to show? Are you ready to show what you learned?
The answers are
Do this.
easy, but
I
you
have
need
been
to
secretly watching you, and you have learned.
put together the solutions so that it works. I cannot remember, but solution B is paperboard, so that's for question 2. The other 2 would go here. Now question 3 solution is interjab, so that's the C. It would be like that. And the question A solution is 1760, so it have to be this. Okay, I did it correctly. That works.
I am so proud of you.
Thank you, Flebby. Second golden piece of Strange Jigsaws 2. Now, Flebby Factory. When you press go, Square is gonna go through the factory, and we need to create a Flebby using these instructions. So, eyes on bottom, quarter turn left, hole on top, half turn. Tap on left edge, quarter turn right. That is incorrect. There you go. A new Flebby is alive. We have now solved the 3 golden pieces of Strange Jigsaws 2, and that rewards us with the other half golden piece. And now we can go here. The time of the final jigsaw. Hello, I am the Jigsawers. At my birth, there was a distortion, a scar which will not be healed. It is the final jigsaw, and it will soon consume everything. If we could solve it, I could be reborn. But there are no pieces here, no way to finish the puzzle. I am glad we got to meet, if only for a little while. Message from Fleb. A puzzle arrives from the past. I've opened the way for the others. Puzzle support is back. We are getting new pieces from all the puzzles we have solved. The goblin is back.
I'm coming.
Piece number 1,000,001. Sound of applause and the rattle of gold. The Jigsaws made one more piece.
Are you still learning?
Finally, let's go, the piece from the prototype. Now, take these strange jigsaws and bring about the end. I never did get that key to fit that lock. I'll send you the fixed puzzle in another
It
life.
was nice solving with you. Take care.
You were my greatest student.
And there you have it. Strange jigsaws. Lovely. So, that's it. My second playthrough of Strange Jigsaws done. Let me know what you think of this game. I found it quite nice. It's short, a couple of hours for a run. This one took me, hour and a half after knowing what to do, so it's not like a huge game. That is a nice one. Go and support indie creators like Fleb. It's good to have games that are just different to other things. Even though this does remind me of Flash games from years ago. thank you for watching. If you do enjoy any of these videos, please consider subscribing, liking them, leaving comments, all the YouTube stuff. It is meaningful. And goodbye.